Howdy everyone, Poacher here with an Age of Magic video, and I recently got a little message on Discord that I thought was quite important, so I got straight onto the old video maker and booted it up. So let's have a look what we got here. I open my message through to Anatoly, and he sent through a little link here, so we're going to go ahead and click on that link. Any second now. Oh, there we go. We clicked on it. It's opening. Age of Magic Paladins questions and answers. They have come through. We've got them. We're going to go over the ones I've picked and the answers for them, and I will go through the messages and find the winners and send them a DM to get their details. But we'll worry about that later. You got 6 million silver coming, but yeah, it's not important. The questions are the important part. Now, it was really hard picking 5 questions, okay? There were some pretty good fucking questions out there. I wanted to pick a lot more, but I had to pick 5, and these are the ones we're going with. Question 1. Will you be able to let a few knowledgeable people look at the code from the few battles that have been played and seem to be AI buffed? You can't get any better evidence than seeing in black and white how the code runs during the battles in focus. Now, everyone is aware that there is the assumption that the AI is buffed. In certain situations, it feels like the AI is far stronger than your characters, even on an even playing field. I've seen it. I've felt like it's a thing before. I think everyone has, especially in raids. However, this is the response. We cannot show the code to anyone outside the company, and there is a good reason for this. Mainly, an open demonstration of game code may put the security of the project at risk. Therefore, we tend to believe that such a risk is absolutely not justified. Now, I do not know anything about coding, creating games, anything on that technical side, so I do not know the legitimacy of this answer, okay? If you are out there and you are far more knowledgeable than I am, and I'm pretty sure that's anyone because I don't know anything about computers, I know how to turn them on, open YouTube, play some games, and watch some YouTube. Yeah, I don't know the legitimacy of this answer, okay? I hope it's a satisfactory answer, but compared to everyone else, I'm just going to read it and accept it for what it is. So boom, on a roll, question 1 done and answered. Let's move on to question number 2. What is the working pipeline for Playkot? Do you guys follow a strict schedule, or are content datelines flexible? Why is it taking so long for new content to get added into the game? So everyone, again, is aware that it takes a long time for content to come out in this game. Again, here is the reply. Last month, we were engaged in the transition of a strict release schedule, and we managed to divide the team so as to prepare several small releases of different types simultaneously. Previously, content appeared for a long time because we planned 2 big releases. Now, with a new approach, we will be able to release content, fix errors, and polish the balance more often and more regularly. Okay, so a bit of a translation issue there. I feel like what they're saying is they were planning too much in the past, and what they're doing now is creating smaller tasks for different teams, so everyone is focusing on a certain thing instead of trying to undergo is the correct word to use, a task that is too large. Now, in saying this, we're still waiting for the patch to come out, the upcoming patch, which appears to be the VOT axe, from what I've heard. I feel like do not take this answer seriously just yet. Wait till this patch comes out, and then this answer should take effect. See what happens after this patch, if there is an increase in how long it takes for updates to come out. Bang bang, 2 down. Let's move on to number 3. Do the developers have any plans for all these wasted resources in the game, like shards with no longer use and gear in the thousands? Will we be able to sell or reforge these things in the future? So yeah, again, another issue. Players are reaching the point where their resources are just becoming too much. And I don't mean currencies, I mean just things you collect from the game. So low-level items, in champion shards. Champion shards are a huge one. People have just hundreds of champion shards they can't use. Their answer: we have such plans. Traditionally, the question of excess shards is solved by an additional store in which such items can be converted into the currency for this store. Most likely, we will do something similar, but we'll take the final decision on implementation after we release the planned acts of the campaign, the Valley of Treasure, and Clan Wars. So out of all the questions I did pick, this is probably the one I wanted the answer on the most, because as a player that has been playing the game for a long time, I have plenty and plenty of things that I just don't need. I feel like this should have been implemented in the game a long time ago. The reason I say this is because for people that have access to champion shards that they no longer need, and if you max a hero, you see that those champion shards disappear. You can't really see them anymore. Now, Playkot have assured us, sorry, getting my words mixed up tonight, assured us that they are keeping track of the champion shards you have. I'm just saying things can go wrong. If something goes wrong where they lose track of an overabundance of champion shards that the players collected, that is not going to make people happy. That is going to piss a lot of people off. I feel like this should have been implemented sooner, and this alone could have done a big dent in the silver problem in the game, especially if you could trade these things in for silver. But the answer is it's coming out after, or is going to be looked at after this upcoming patch. Question number 4. Coming up any second now. There she is. When can we expect a private chat or any messaging system? It would help a lot of clans to build some better communication. So communication in the game is horrible. The in-game chat system is not great. This is the polite way of putting it. It could definitely use some improvement. The answer is, while we do not plan to add a private chat, including because a decent implementation of such a system will require a lot of time, which will affect the timing of the development of the main content. Nevertheless, we see that the issue of private chat comes up with the community from time to time, and we can return to discussing the functionality in the future. I've played a few mobile games in the past. Correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't seen any, though, that have a really good private messaging system in place. They do have global chat systems and clan chat systems, but I haven't seen any with a really good private messaging system. In saying that, there's nothing we can really do about this one. It just feels like clans are going to have to resort to using applications outside of the game to keep communication up. And I think no matter how good the private message system gets within the game, I don't think anything they implement is going to be better than an application outside of the game, like Discord. I always use Discord as an example because Discord is amazing. Get it if you haven't got it. But yeah, something we're just going to have to deal with for the moment. And lucky last, we have number 5. So when you log into the game, you can get everything done pretty quickly, and then there is a lot of downtime. Are there any plans to add content that allow players to play more often? Answer: yes, we are working not only on new heroes, acts of campaign, Valley of Treasure, but also new game modes such as Clan Wars, an exciting battle between the clans which will not only help to play more often, but show the power of your clans to the world. Okay, first of all, new heroes, acts of campaign, and Valley of Treasure aren't really going to increase gameplay functionality, okay? It's not going to allow people to play longer. The way campaign and VOT is going to work is you'll obviously play the game when it comes out, but once you finish it, that's done. You're never really going to revisit that content. It's done for good. What you're going to do is just auto-battle those stages to farm gear or hero shards. Same with hero shards. Not really. It is adding content. It's not adding content that allows you to play the game longer. It's just adding you content that will make parts of the game already implemented easier, because assuming every hero that comes out from now on is going to be overpowered in some way. That is what that is offering. It's not really giving players a chance to play the game more. The only real part of the answer here that people should be focusing on is Clan Wars. Okay, it's coming up. Don't know when it's coming, but that is going to be, or it seems to be, the only game mode in the nearish, I say nearish hesitantly, that it will allow players to play a lot more often throughout the game. There are a lot of things they could implement into the game that will allow players to play longer. However, that could be I could talk about those things for a long time in a completely different video. I'm just going to go over the question and the answer, and yeah. Okay, so that's the 5 questions done. Hopefully the answers are to your satisfaction. I know some people aren't going to be happy, as some people aren't happy always. That's just the nature of people, but you know, they've done their best in answering the questions. I feel like this has given some guidance at least to players, and we can just work from here. Okay, like I said, wait for this patch to come out. When it does come out, then you know that we will be expecting, and I feel like I can speak on behalf of everyone here, we'll be expecting a lot more from Playkot after this patch, I believe. We finish off with an Age of Magic's Paladins questions and answers. Thank you for your attention. And yes, thank you, I guess, to you. I'm going to thank you all as well for submitting your questions. Like I said, I am sorry I couldn't pick more than 5. I really wanted to, but that's what they let me do, and I had to make a choice. So hopefully we get something out of this. As usual, though, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. I'll answer it to the best of my ability. And until next time, wherever you are in the world, please take care of yourself.